this
So
again.
disappointed. Can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's that time of year again. The game's ending. The game was a terrible disappointment in the end.
Wow, I can't believe it was just more of the same stuff. So sad.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
Hold on.
I don't.
Do you
Adam's
hear
not
that?
here. Yeah.
Adam's not here! What? Put that sad guitar music away! Paul, cue the happy music!
Yay!
Welcome back to another episode of Extreme. My name is Zach,
My name is Joey.
and this is a podcast where we dig deep on your favorite video games.
Yes.
And as you heard, we're finishing up the game today.
yes, sadly, but also happily because it's been the same episode like 5 times in a row. Not episode, but level.
I mean, this is just, wow. I can't believe, I didn't remember how egregiously similar the beginning and end were
Yeah.
until I just replayed it now.
I
But
guess
holy
you don't-
shit.
You don't think about it like if you're not digging deep on it. You just kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, all right, let's just talk. Let's no beating around the bush anymore. Let's just get into it and talk about the new adventures of Captain Smiley, issue number 00.
Right. New.
Yes, new. Let's underline and like capitalize and bold the word new just
Yeah.
for emphasis. So, released in 2010, ironically when the game was released. Here is the blurb. Critics call Captain Smiley's return a, quote, triumph of the comic book medium and, quote, a big-budget masterpiece of action. Buckle up and prepare for that awesome.
All right.
Yeah, let's buckle up and prepare for that awesome. So, if you can't tell, I'm less than enthused. Because the best thing in this entire stage happens in the first 2 seconds of it starting,
Basically.
and it's his new ringtone. That might be the best thing that happens in this entire thing.
What was his new ringtone?
It's like boom goes my ringtone, boom boom goes my phone. That was the best part. A fucking ringtone.
Yeah. It was like I had good expectations coming into this. Like, okay, they brought back the original, cast for the last level. It's like
Sure.
they could do something fun. But
Right. So yeah, that's the thing though. They decided to kind of warble in between with the theme now, where there's just so many things working against this idea.
yeah.
But the thing is, there was so much they could have done.
Yeah.
That's what makes it frustrating. Okay. We haven't even talked about the stage yet. Let's talk about
Right.
why we're upset with it.
Okay.
Okay. So the big reason why I'm personally upset about it is it's because it's the exact same fucking stage from the beginning!
Like to the T almost.
To the T! To where the enemies are,
Yeah.
to what you fight, to the
things that
layout.
you do, it's like the changing of the scenes like happens at the same exact time.
It's the same fucking level!
You ride that body down the roof the same exact way again.
Oh my god. It's so blatantly lazy. But look, I hear you guys saying like, oh, but like it's the theme, it's coming around to like fix up his own comic and makes it better, right? No!
It's going
It
backwards.
doesn't. That doesn't fix it up because he's still fighting robot women the entire time, giant fat goons the entire time.
Same exact background.
Still hitting the exact same beats, like you said, Joey, of the first thing, down to like set pieces of like riding on a body down a rooftop, throwing the body off screen, watching Gerda explode, fucking having a mid-boss fight, fighting fucking Brad.
And they even said, like, we've been saying, like, they've mentioned it. They're like, oh, it's not exactly the same as last time. They're just like
that,
yeah.
That's even more frustrating because of the exact reasons we talked about in previous episodes. You can't just say that shit and then do it anyway.
It's like self-deprecation. It's not a good look.
No, like if you know you're doing something shitty, just don't do it.
Yep.
What? Why? If you were like punching somebody in the face consistently and then realized maybe I shouldn't be punching them in the face and you just continue to punch them in the face, the fuck? Like what? Okay.
Money?
I think the ending kind of summed it up exactly that way.
Yeah.
We're not even there yet. Let's talk a little bit about the stage. Okay. Well, the thing is, we can't talk about the stage because it's the exact same thing.
We could copy and paste a clip from episode 1 of this game.
Yeah, if Paul just like grab a random segment from the first episode we did on this and just paste it in right here, and it's going to be completely relevant and make it just as much sense. So, like, when you knock one of the henchmen out of the way, it doesn't just, like, fall over and, like, fade away. You, like, majestically, like, punch them out windows or bash them against paintings or, like...
It's very graphic.
It's very cool. It makes it, again, the personality just really comes out there. It makes it feel like you're in a superhero comic, like, beating the bad guys and their hench people.
Yeah. They do a good job with that.
Yeah. But the thing is, if they didn't have that personality, this might get a little boring.
That's fair.
See? It all fucking's the same! Anyway. Here's the main differences that I saw. The main differences being the key. Like, when Winklemeyer shows up in the beginning, his motivation is nowhere near as funny as it was in the first one.
Yeah, that's another thing. Sorry to interrupt, but like...
No, go.
They do the same thing, and it's like not as good. Why don't they could make it better and bigger and funnier if they're going to do the same thing, you know?
Right?
But they just like shat on it. Anyway, go on.
No, you're right. That's the thing. Like, I liked his stupid plan in the beginning, because it was like, oh shit, this is funny, and I actually understand why, and like, great that he's crazy and it's not gonna work, but you just made him out to be like this bumbling, like, he doesn't even speak coherently anymore. It's not like he's funny, he's just trying to be serious, but then he's not serious. It's like, don't make the guy you've clearly made out to be the comic relief try to be serious. Yeah. Okay. And then he just blows up for some reason. I don't know. Because we're done with him now.
I don't know. Yeah.
All the onomatopoeias when you punch things are just related to how awesome Smiley is. Because, you know, that's narcissism for you. And then there's a theme song now that he has playing the entire time saying how awesome he is.
Yeah. That was funny.
That was funny, but this is also just like... The thing with the Brad song was that it played only during Brad's fight.
Right.
Which made it funny and poignant and good and not overstaying its welcome. The thing with the Smiley... I see
where you're going here.
The thing with the Smiley theme is it's the only song throughout the entire fucking stage.
Yeah, so
And
it's
it's
funny
just-
like the first 20 seconds, and it's like, all right.
That's the thing, and then it repeats, and then it repeats, and then it repeats, and then it repeats. It's just so much. This fucking level's a narcissist wet dream, dude. All the billboards are Smiley. Fucking one of the onomatopoeias just says your mom loves Smiley.
Nice.
And there is actually one funny thing I did catch here that reminded me, actually, funnily enough, of Fun Employment. Is some of the music in some of the areas sounds a little like something Fun Employment would come up with.
Nice.
Where it's just like,
who don't know, that's basically our band. We're banned.
not to toot our own horn, but we suck, and we haven't released any albums, and we're a jam band. But I like it, and I like us. I'm a fan of us. But either way, some of the songs in the stage are like very much like songs we would have come up with.
Yeah,
where it's like
raunchy rock.
Yeah, it's like, he's running through a hallway, and he's gonna punch a guy in the face. Like, oh shit, I could actually see us coming up with that song.
Yeah, we could totally do that. Easy.
But yeah, I mean, like we said, dude, like, I can't talk about the gameplay, because nothing changed.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's not even like they switch up when things happen. They're all beat to beat the same.
Yeah.
You go from your 2D punching section to your 2D shoot 'em up segment to back to your punching segment. Like, Jesus, it's the exact same beats. The only thing that's different, which they call out, like you said, halfway in, is like, oh, not everything's the same.
Yeah.
Is the midway when you fight a slightly different midway boss.
Right. Like, cool, fine, different, something different.
Yeah.
But then the boss fight is like monotonous in its own.
Yeah. So yeah, you fight Mr. Meatenstein, and I don't know, like BDSM Mistress Ropes. Not sure why we made that change.
Yeah, like where did she come from? What does she have to do with anything, even?
I don't know. It's a bit random. Why are we? I kind of see the theme that they were tending to go for, because before they replaced one of the random robots that you ride down the roof with the Putt Master. Sure, right. You don't really get to fight him, but I get it. He's the boss of the first comic. Okay, cool. Midway point. You're fighting technically the boss of the second comic. Okay, I see what you're going for. Maybe a theme's developing. Where's any representation from the third comic?
Right.
What? Did we just forget about that one? Or do we not like it? Or was the whole idea of a theme here just me stretching?
Yeah, were they just like not caring about a theme? They just did things?
Because I can understand at the end, like the last stage, you kind of combine all the things as references and callbacks to previous parts of the game. Fair enough. Right. But like, why don't you go all the way with it?
Yeah, if you're gonna like do a theme. Like,
either way, the Mr. Meatenstein fight, like you said, it does get a bit monotonous. He does 2 attacks.
Yeah.
He'll slam punch, or he'll swipe punch. You have a giant meat monster, and the 2 attacks that you could think to do are punches. It's a giant monster made out of meat!
And it's like so huge and you're so small. Like,
I get it. I get it. You're trying to do a callback to your game you guys made before. You guys made Splosion Man. I get it. Don't get me wrong. That was a good puzzle platformer game. That was fun. Did you guys just give up here and like remember that you could just take your own stuff?
It seems to have been happening all game.
Oh god.
But they brought it to the next level now. They took it from another game. Not this game.
But it's like, it's their own game, and it's fine, whatever. You can do whatever you want with it, but it felt like they were rushing near the end, and they were like, we need a midway boss.
Yeah.
We don't have time to make one. It's like, I don't know, just take one from the fucking other game that we made.
Yeah.
We have to ship this.
It's definitely exactly that.
Oh, boy. Let's finish talking about this and then take a quick break. I need to cool off. So yeah, there's 2 attacks, which is honestly kind of hilarious because the first boss fight that you have in the second comic has more attacks than this and mid boss.
Yeah. Everything about this level is just less than the other levels.
It's just so disappointing. It's supposed to be the culmination, the thing you've been working towards, getting all that fucking money to do this.
It's like,
this is what we've been playing the game towards.
Yeah. It's like Indiana Jones 4.
Oh god. You're right. Oh my god, this is like jumping into the fucking fridge. Oh my god. So you beat him by shooting his hands, and you cook his hands with bullets, because, I don't know, that's a thing, apparently. And then once the meat has been tenderized enough, he eats his own hand, and he can't attack with that hand anymore.
Yeah, normal stuff.
Yeah, you know, because that's how cooking works.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Maybe, yeah, and then once you get rid of one of the hands, then they have homing flies that come in on you, which, fair enough, all right.
Right.
I can appreciate that you're still, like, caring a little bit and vamping up the difficulty.
Another thing, that's cool.
Yeah. There's this part, though, that really reminded me of the last game we played, Gunvolt.
Yeah.
Remember how a lot of the dialogue took up about a third of the screen?
Yeah.
Remember how in this fight, Mr. Stropes is just there taking up about a third of the screen? For no fucking reason?
Well, they have to do something with the space because the boss wasn't doing anything.
That's fair. But the problem is, once the homing bugs come in, they come from any side, which could include the side that she's fucking covering.
Right.
So then you have no time to react to get rid of it. And then another problem is one of the fucking mini missions in this fight is to not get hit.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna accomplish that mini mission when you can't see the fucking bugs coming from behind her giant stupid body in the foreground?
Not happening.
No. It's like, what? What? Guys. Okay, let's take a quick break.
All right.
I need to cool off.
Okay.
Drink water or something.
Back. We'll be. Just hang in there. Hang tight, folks.
Oh my god. Welcome back.
Hey.
Joey, I need to pick me up.
Like a food thing or a slap in the face?
Let's try the slap in the face first, because we just fought a giant meat monster. Ow! Wow, that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Okay. All right, I'm back. Okay, thank you for that. That really helped me snap out of it.
Yeah, I thought you'd have to just surprise you. It's like you don't know when it's gonna come.
I appreciate that. Speaking of, stop it! I'm good now.
Okay, sorry.
God, such tiny hands. You have such force.
I know, just goes right through you.
Speaking of snapping out of it, just some of the, again, you keep listening to the song in the background, right? And at a point, I stopped paying attention until I heard the line, Smiley could snap a man in half using only his left ball.
Did they only mention that once?
No, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But, like, that's the problem. Like, when you have a song like that, I think because you want people to hear it, you got to pick, like, an opportune time for people to actually hear the lyrics.
Right.
As opposed to, like, during the entire stage where you're way more focused on not dying. Yeah. Because you've turned the volume dial of enemies up to 11. Which is another fucking problem, by the by. I thought we were getting better with, changing enemy types to increase difficulty. No, we just went back to turning that volume knob fucking all the way up.
That's it.
And being like, here you go. Goodbye, have fun. Volume knob is broken.
Oh, well. Let's go home.
Well, I wish we could, but we're not quite done yet.
No, I was pretending to be the creators of the game. Oh. They definitely were home by this point.
Oh, yeah, they were like, yeah, we're clocking out at 1 today. And it's like, what? But you only came in at noon. It's like, yeah, it's been a long day. They didn't even have the decency to have that falling fight where you're fighting the helicopter that's crashing down in between the buildings. You just skip right past that.
Yeah.
I like that fight.
It was so good.
That was a cool little moment of tension. Why did we remove it? If I get it, you wanted to save the Brad fight for, coming up. Why didn't you replace it? What about putting fucking Benny in there from the second comic? Just for fun. Because, like, fuck it. He had a vertical falling segment. Why can't we just put that in here?
Yeah. Just like you're copying everything anyway.
Yeah, why not? Just copy-paste it in there, guys. Come on. Anyway. Now we're at the final boss. Where we're fighting Brad again.
Yay! And this was like so anticlimactic too.
Oh my
God. I thought, okay, Brad is gonna be like the super boss bad guy. He's gonna like do something super cool.
Yep.
And no, he just shows up and starts shooting you.
No, he does the exact same fucking things as he did in the first mini boss fight where you fight him.
It was even less than that. There's no like intro to it.
No, and he doesn't even do like the Brad missiles where you have to hide behind shit anymore. Yeah. It's just shooting missiles. That's it. And then there are Brad bots that show up, but they did that in the other one too. There's not even an option for you to hang on a rope to hold him in place. To fucking fight. Why, guys? Why did you do? Why? Why did you take away features?
Why you do this?
And then they have this fucking anticlimactic, shitty Mario 64 reference where you throw... Yeah. Where you have to spin the stick around to throw Brad into a billboard. And you don't even do that right!
And it takes like 30 seconds, the whole fight.
Yeah! Oh my god. Like, you shoot Brad out of his helicopter, And then it's like, okay, now it's time to mano a mano fight Brad. But Brad doesn't have any invincibility frame, so all you have to do is mash the punch button the entire goddamn time, and then it's over! There's no difficulty, no strategy, no nothing to this fight! God damn it. It's so disappointing, because this had so much promise.
Yeah.
For being something so cool. Like, and you know what the funny thing is? That's
what?
it. That's the
it.
end. This is the end of the game.
It ends.
Like, there's no 3-part arc like in the other comics.
Right, just one last little thing.
Just like one lone fart off in the corner.
Right.
Just really like a sad fart in the corner. Just like, Paul, put in that sad fart to kind of emphasize the point. Yeah, like that. Except, with more farting sound effects. It's just... Okay, how about this? Let's do a thought exercise, you and me, Joey.
Alright.
If you were the developers and you had this last clean slate moment to build out the best ending to this game, what is the big things that would come in your mind as like, this would be really cool to see?
Something not the same as any of the other levels?
Exactly! Something fucking different! Is the biggest fucking thing you could have changed.
They didn't even have to make it like that good. They could have just made it just different, and it would have been better. Like just a little change, Yeah.
You know what you could have done? You could have just ripped pages from all 3 of the previous comics, put them together into one weird comic hopping garble, and then end it with like a point from this new comic that you've made.
Right.
Like, there's so many things you could have done a boss rush where you got all the fun bosses from the previous ones and put them in next to each other.
Yeah.
Or you know what?
Yeah.
Or you know what? You could have just come up with something completely different and not in the exact same fucking stage.
Yeah.
Could have made it so that like Smiley is fucking building out the comic as he walks through it.
Yeah, or like you actually get to fight him.
Like, maybe use that narcissistic personality thing where there's unfinished parts of the comic, and he's like, you know what I want here? I want this here. And then that fucking appears. How cool that would be? Like, the comic gets built out as you go through it.
Right?
Oh my god, that would have been so cool.
It's a good idea for a game.
Right? Oh, shit. And it gives you, like, dialogue options where you could choose, like, it's not quite clear what each one will lead towards, but if you pick one, it could be a completely different segment than the other.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool! I just thought of that! Why don't you do that?
I feel like they just prefer to make TV shows.
That's right. Oh my god, they're very right. I feel like they were trying to become a television production studio and made a game by accident.
Yeah.
Because then at the end here, it does the exact same kind of fade out to the exact same fucking kid reading the exact same thing on the exact same playground. And now it's just the opposite of what it was in the first one. Now everybody's like, oh, I love this shit. This is the best shit in the entire world. Now the comic book man only sells Smiley comics, and Lonnie's still a piece of shit, taking a poop and not doing work.
Yeah, I enjoyed that though.
Like, that's the thing, though. Maybe they should just be like,
that.
Like that. Just make short films or something. Really gotta fire Lonnie though. It's a piece of shit.
What? Is he?
He takes too many poop breaks.
No, yeah, right?
What were you gonna say?
They have that, like, animated still at the end. It's like so classic them.
Where they're just like, they're dancing in like what looks to be like a DJ Khaled music video.
Yeah. It's just like unicorns in the background.
Yeah, that's the thing. I really think they would be good at making short films that would be really weird and interesting. But then they decided to make games.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then they got but the problem is they got bored with making the game.
Yeah. They just needed that extra like game expert, like, you know?
Yeah. Or
they
like
had
the motivation
great ideas.
Yes, there were great ideas in the beginning. There were so many mixtures of gameplay styles, which was great, and it would switch it up enough that it wouldn't get boring, and the writing and dialogue were compelling and funny. And then it just like it felt like they stopped caring.
Yeah, if they had like a good game designer on their team, then this could be like an epic game.
That's it's so close to being a really great game, and then it just shits the bed. That's why I'm depressed, man.
It's okay, Zach.
But it's one of those things where it's like I remembered it being good.
Yeah, I mean it still is like hilarious.
That's the beginning. Is
if
good.
if you're gonna like analyze it, it's just like torture.
Like, if you want to play this game, if you end up finding it somehow on the Xbox Live Store, first off, I don't know how you did that, but good for you. That's from the 360, and I'm pretty sure they've discontinued that service. But if you do happen to find it, just play the beginning 2 comics.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't need to play the rest.
Right.
But that's it, man. That's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, I'm floored with how shit of an ending it was. But at least there's bonus content. There's some interviews that they did there, and I was trying to see if maybe I could like glean some things about the development process.
That's cool.
But no, these are all just jokes. These are joke interviews. And again, it's just like another thing where it's like, please give me some insight into making this game. And it's like, nope, it's all jokes.
Yeah,
get it?
Well, that is the insight.
Oh my god. Oh, you know what's hilarious though? So they have a picture of the dev team at the end, right?
Yeah.
And there actually was only one woman on staff. Out of like 20 people.
Of course.
So, you know what? I guess it all makes sense.
It all comes together.
Oh boy. Alright, well, let's give our thoughts on this game before we kind of close out here. What did you think? Give me your thoughts first.
I thought, as we said, some great ideas. Lots of fun. First episode, second episode, or second act, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Also fun, but kind of the same. And yeah. You're right. I think first 2 acts, just do those, and you're good. Even the second one was like monotonous, but at least like different and funny. Yeah,
like at least the writing there was more funny.
Yeah.
That's what kind of drew me in there.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I think you summed it up pretty well. Like, the gameplay was good in the beginning. But the problem is it didn't evolve, and it didn't expand upon the concepts that it was doing, probably because of how ambitious they were for the amount of different gameplay styles.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the ability or capacity to expand upon all of them because they had like 5 ongoing different styles.
Mm. Could be good, like party game or something, you know? It's like not giving it your full attention.
Yeah, like just something in the background that's like kind of like, oh, this is a funny thing to look at every now and again. But
yeah,
All right, let's give my score of let's give it a
Blub, 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 blub.
out of beauty. Thank you for the assist there, Paul. I appreciate you knowing exactly what I was going for. But that's it for this week, dudes and dudettes.
Yep.
I've never said that before.
You've never said dudes and dudettes.
If I did, it wasn't like in the like, hey, dudes and dudettes, we're finishing up an episode. We'll talk to you later. Bye. No, it's
Peace.
Either way. We're gonna be doing a new game next week. We may do a quick one-off just to accommodate our schedules, and then we'll get back into another big game. But it's TBD, and we never really had a solid schedule before, so why start now? So thank you all again for listening. Really appreciate it. If you want to reach out, though, and maybe give us a virtual hug and tell us that things are going to be okay, just feel free to email us at itstheextreme@gmail.com. That's ITSTHE. God damn it. Do you want to do it?
ITSTHESTREAM@gmail.com. Now you.
You forgot the X.
Oh, I knew I forgot something.
It's ITSTHEXSTREAM@gmail.com. It's the extreme.
It's the stream, I thought. What?
This is episode what? 136?
There's an X in our name? On that note,
I think that's it. Let's move on out of here, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Goodbye.